Hey guys, Nev here from Snowboard Addiction. We're up here in the beginner park on Whistler. It's a beautiful sunny day. This lesson is all about 5 ways to learn board slides on a snowboard. The first way to learn a board slide is a technique that I call the 50-50 shuffle. What you're going to do is you're going to ride onto a box, flat base like you're doing a 50-50, and you're going to shuffle that board back and forth as you're on the box. It works really well on a wide box like the one we have right here. So I'm going to be going pretty slow here, and I'm focusing on keeping my base flat. So I'm riding on like a 50-50, and I'm going to be shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. The whole point of doing that is to get your board moving around while staying flat so that we can transition that into a board slide. The second way to learn board slides is the 50-50 shuffle again, but this time you're going to 50-50 the first half of the feature, shuffle into a board slide and hold it in that board slide position for the whole second half. Most common thing that can go wrong here is people can go for that shuffle and lean back on that heel edge. So you want to make sure that you're low and forward on the box, which keeps that base flat. So here we go. I'm riding in. A little bit more speed for this one. I'm riding in for the 50-50, getting ready, shuffling and holding it in that board slide position. The third way to challenge yourself for learning board slides is actually to board slide the entire length of a feature. We have a box now. This box is a little bit longer and a little bit thinner. What that means is you've got to take a little bit more speed and to be able to board slide the whole length of this feature. Now, I want to pay attention to what's happening with your upper and lower body. So for a board slide, you're using a technique called counter rotation. When you do that shuffle, it just kind of happens naturally. But right now when we're actually going for the board slide, as I jump, you'll see my upper body's kind of forwards, so that when I jump into the board slide, I can counter rotate my upper body and lower body and counter rotate at the end when I come off. What that means is my upper and lower body are twisting against each other, twisting back to land. Let's do that. So board sliding the whole length of the feature here, I'm lining it up right from the back, looking where I'm going. Watch my upper body as I get close to the feature. Board slide, back out forwards. So that counter rotate into the board slide, counter rotate back out is the most common way that you'll do this feature. It's called a backside board slide. But step 4 for mixing up and learning your board slides is doing what's called a board slide to fakie. This means you're doing a board slide and coming out switch, and it uses a slightly different technique. So instead of counter rotating, we're not counter rotating anymore, you're now going to rotate. What that means is your upper and lower body are going to move in the same direction. So if you watch me right now, if I'm coming into the feature, I would wind up just a little, board slide, rotate around, and come out switch. So what happened is my whole upper body and lower body both moved in the same direction, and instead of coming back out forwards, I come out riding away backwards. One more time, here I am, coming to my feature, getting low, wind up a little bit, board slide, and around to land, switch, or backwards. We're sitting up here for a board slide to fakie, board slide to switch, uses rotation instead of counter rotation. Everything else is the same, a little bit more speed, wind up, board slide, come out to switch. Now it's important to learn both board slides coming out forwards and board slides coming out switch, because then if you want to set up switch for another trick, you'll be already riding backwards into the next trick that you want to do. After you've learned how to do board slides, you can do them regularly, you can do them fakie, you're starting to get comfortable, it's time to move on to step 5. And step 5 is where you take board slides to different styles of features. What we have coming up is a very entry style rail feature. Now a rail takes a bit more balance because you have a lot less surface area of your snowboard that you're going to be sliding on. The feature I'm about to hit is a great entry level rail. Going a little bit faster, speed is your friend at these points. Counter rotate in, counter rotate back out for your board slide on a rail. Now this feature is an entry level rainbow box, and when you're doing a board slide through this feature, you have to make sure that your weight stays central to the box. What I mean by that is that your weight is actually slowly changing direction as you slide that feature. You need to do that to be able to stay in balance while board sliding a feature like this. Otherwise, you'd have the chance of slipping back onto your bum. So when you're hitting different features of different varieties, speed is always your friend. Helps you run smoothly and get across them quicker. Adjusting your balance and staying in control with a flat base at all the time is the key for hitting different features and balancing on different styles of rails. That there is 5 ways that you can learn board slides and play around them with a little bit. If you guys want to check out the next version of this sequence, we actually have another 5 on top of this, ways to challenge your board slides to make it more difficult and challenge your technique. If you want to check that out, click the link below. It goes to our website, snowboardaddiction.com/addiction plus. That will give you access to the premium content that we make for our subscribers. Again, click the link below if you want to check out the 10 ways to learn and challenge your board slides. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This is Nev from Snowboard Addiction. Our goal is to improve your riding.